Hi everyone, I'm really excited to show you today the capabilities of our new 24Planning Spring 25 release. In order to do so, I set up a small demo, which is a workforce scheduling application in which we assign tasks to users. So the first thing you notice is that we've adopted a new color scheme, which is based on HSL. HSL stands for hue, saturation, and luminosity. And it's a color scheme that is especially useful for colorblind people as they rely mostly on luminosity to make a distinction between, in this case, events that are being selected and non-selected. We've defined these colors in custom metadata types. So navigate to setup, custom metadata types, and then go to manage records for 24Planning color. And what you can see is that we've defined about 20 colors, and you can extend this and add your own custom metadata here to define additional colors. So heading back to our planning board, we have obviously, as we had in previous releases, unplanned events. But assume now we want to schedule events for the next week and we don't have any unplanned events yet. In this new release, we offer you the option to add custom buttons. So here we've created a custom button called Schedule New Week, which launches a screen flow. We select the first day of next week, and in the background, a whole new set of unplanned events is being created. So the way we set this up is through a new concept, which is called flow integration. So we have here a flow integration called Schedule New Week. It's of the type action, and it has a screen flow associated with it. This is the name of the screen flow. And if I go to edit, what you can see here is that actually it allows me to place buttons almost wherever I want into the 24Planning view. So in this particular case, we selected the top toolbar, but if you want to, you can also add buttons in other places in the UI. The next feature we've added in this spring release is a view-only planning view. So assume your planner creates a new planning and you want to share it with people that just need to consult the planning. For that, you have the view only, so people can't move around events. In this particular case, we also restricted their access to one particular data set, being the shift planning. There is one other way in which you can restrict access. So assume you have two planners and they should not mess around with each other's planning. Then if you go to shift planning, we have here defined a test group as a public group. So that means if your second planner doesn't belong to this test group, he won't be able or she won't be able to edit this data set. So heading back to our planning board, another new feature you may have noticed that on the left-hand side, the data source column is no longer visible. So in some cases, for example, when you only have one data source, it adds little value to kind of show that in the planning view. And the way you hide these data source column is through dynamic fields. So we go to the data source, we scroll down, and we see here a dynamic field of the type resource. And in this particular case, we've configured a dynamic field to hide the data source, but you can also use that same mechanism to add additional columns in the resource left pane if you want to. And one last feature I would like to show you is the following. We're heading back to the planning view. We're opening the unplanned events. And now if we right click, we're also able to edit unplanned events. So previously this was only possible for events that had already been scheduled, but now we also added this capability for unplanned events. So I hope you enjoyed the video.